Welcome to Pixels and Protocols podcast brought to you by Web3 AI and Attention.live. And syempre huwag natin kalimutan ang The Q Studios. Dito na naman ulit tayo sa isang napakagandang discussion with the boys of Pixels and Protocols.
And, Prof, tayong dalawa lang ba? Parang kulang na isa.
I-title natin Gadget Goals and the Grind. So parang may isa pang missing.
Sino?
Asan na yun?
Boss, dito na pala yung parcel niyo. Sensya na, late ako ha.
Grabe ka, boss. Nagtrabaho ka ba? Bago ka.
Pasalamat po.
Masakit po. Joke lang po yan. Ayan po ang ating tropa, si K-Dudes. Carl, pakilala naman, boss.
Hello, I am K-Dudes, ang delivery for today's video.
Okay, yan. Boys will be boys. Ika nga nila. No? So, goals, gadgets, and the grind. Ano bang na-shape sa atin ng mga gadgets, specifically sa paglaki natin at paano natin tinrato ang buhay as we course through life during our younger years and ngayon, napakarami ng tech advancements. No? Tingin mo, Clark, saan ba nagsimula yung mga exposure natin sa gadgets?
Ito, naalala ko to eh. Kasi dati, wala pa talaga mga phone. As in, yung kung magkakaroon ka man ng phone is the SIM card. And yung pinaka-first na encounter ko with the tech is, wala pa kasi akong phone. So, nanghihiram ako sa pinsan ko ng Game Boy. So, pag may Game Boy ka, rich kid ka. Kasi hindi na-afford na lahat yun. Mahal yun that time eh. Mahal yun para sa mga tao.
Parang hindi ka basta-bastang bibili lang.
Tsaka yung bala nun.
Oh,
ang mahal ng bala nun. Hindi siya basta-basta na bibili. So, yun yung pinaka-early na-try ko. Sabi ko, wow, I hope magkaroon ako neto in the future. Kasi syempre, ang hirap manghiram eh. Manghiram ka. Kukunin din sa'yo. Kasi nga,
Time's up.
Time's up. Hindi ganyan yung gagawin mo. Ganito yung gagawin. Hindi ko naman alam eh. Kasi hindi pa ako nakapag-try eh. So, doon pa lang, medyo naisip ko, gusto ko magkaroon ng ganito in the future. Gusto ko magkaroon ng something na handheld. Alam mo yun? Handheld, madadala mo, malalaro mo. Kasi dati, sa probinsya to wala kang handheld. More of PS2 yun eh. Tapos, sinasaksakan ng piso. Yun ang first encounter ko rin sa province. Walang handheld and more of nilalaglagan mo piso tapos naglalaro ka. Na-forgot ko yung name. Pero yung, alam mo yung ice skating. Tapos...
Ice skating?
Oo.
Ice climber? Joke lang. So, ice climber. Ice skating.
Tapos para siyang nagtitricks ka. Yun yung nilalaro ko dati sa PS2 eh.
Hindi ba Tony Hawk's? Ayun na alam ko, skateboard, hindi ice skating.
Hanapin ko yan mamaya. Hanapin ko yan mamaya.
Sige, back down memory lane. Pero ikaw muna kay Dudes, no? Balik natin sa'yo. Since ikaw, as young as you are, ano ba mga first exposure mo sa gadget? Doesn't have to be games.
Ang first exposure ko sa gadget is PSP. Kung siya Game Boy, yung generation ko naman.
puro
Na-expose sa
laro?
PSP.
May laro. Okay.
Gamer since birth eh. Pero ayun nga, luckily enough, meron po akong very loving na lolo, grandparents. And yun, alam ko, regalo yun sa amin magpipinsan, yung PSP. And yung sa kanya, bala. Alam ko similar din sa amin is yung mga disc. Pero more on naabutan ko is yung pupunta ka pa sa mga sa mga mall, pupunta ka sa mga parang
Worlds of Fun.
Oo. Tapos parang download lang yung mga SD card mo, lalagyan ng mga games. Ayun yung mga talagang
Di ba
naabutan
pirated
ko.
yan?
Wala po kaming...
Pirated yata yung tinutukoy mo eh.
Parang ganun na. Ayun yung naabutan ko.
Pa-download
Para
lang po.
talagang makakuha ka ng madaming
Punuin na natin
games.
2 gig stick mo.
Yun yung time ko na yung PS2, nagbe-burn sila sa CD. So pirated din pala yun. Okay, di ko na-realize.
Parang ganun
Kala
na
ko yun
yan.
yung natural way of downloading games that time eh.
Akala ko rin dati ganun.
Parang it was the norm dito sa totoo lang.
Pero nagulat pala ako na, dapat pala talaga sa mga CD. Kasi kaya pala yung mga ibang games ko dati, nagko-corrupt. Nagtataka ako, hindi ko malaro ng maayos.
Parang hindi natatapos.
Oo. Nagdagot ako, meron akong laro dati, parang SmackDown versus Raw, tapos nakalagay WWE 12. Tapos makikita mo, ang weird nung look si John Cena, tapos si Randy Orton, naging super weird yung itsura. So talagang corrupted.
Hanggang sa games talaga may corrupt eh.
Nako.
Joke lang. Pero yun nga, atras tayo ng onte. Ikaw sinabi mo, PlayStation 2, ikaw sila PSP. Sa akin, yung mga arcade. Yung mga may claw machine. Hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin naman. Or yung mga arcade na two-player. Siguro, nung time na yon ng first yun yung tipong 90s pa, punta ka ng mall, ang makikita mo doon is Worlds of Fun ata yun, hindi pa Quantum.
Worlds of Fun.
Worlds of Fun. So, ang una kong mga nakita noon or exciting sa akin noon was yung Samurai Showdown kasi fighting game. Tekken 1, 2, 3 pa noon or Tekken 1 pa lang noon. Meron din yung mga parang adventure, Metal Slug. Yung tipong insert coin ka talaga, hindi mo matatapos. Mamatay ka talaga.
Metal Slug!
Metal Slug, classic yan. Hanggang sa na-translate na siya to PlayStation,
Naalala ko lang, Pac-Man
to PSP. Mga ganyan, Pac-Man. Pero syempre, kung hindi ka naman yung tipong gamer talaga noon, hindi kayo mga two-player, hindi kayo adventure, nandun ka sa claw machine para may yan ang makukuha ang stop toy. Yan. So, yung mga exposure sa games noon, dahil magaling kumuha sa claw machine yung dad ko. Ayun, parang doon ako unang na-inspire. Yung mga insert token lang. Simpleng tuwing Sunday kasi family day, doon dadaan sa grocery. Tapos yan.
Habang sinasabi claw machine, nasasaktan ako kasi iniisip ko kung gaano kadaming token, gaano kadaming pera yung ginastos ko para makakuha lang ng isang stuffed toys. Tapos may napapadaan ako sa Miniso. Nakalagay doon 300 lang yung isang stuffed toys. Tapos nakagastos ako ng 1K para lang makuha yung stuffed
kasi
toys
yung
ko.
bragging rights para makuha yun. Skill, sir.
Pero mas madali makakuha ngayon sa mga claw machine. I don't know.
Depende ata kung saan.
Saan ba ako sa ano ba yung mga sikat na
Time Zone.
Time Zone. Sa Time Zone madali lang makakuha. Pero doon sa mga iba, wala man ang lakas yung claw.
Oo.
Kakagat lang.
Talo pa yung mga matandang 80 years old pag sa grip no?
Nga. Parang talagang
Sa
dinadaya.
Quantum, ayan,
Di ba
mahina.
pinutik pa palayo eh.
Quantum, mahina.
Tom's
Tsaka
World.
Tom's World. Tsaka yung, may isa pa yung claw na nasa labas lang ng mall, na nakahilera. Yun, huwag kang bibili ron. Wala
Lalo
kang-
yung maliliit na parang candy lang kukunin.
Oo.
Guaranteed yung candy mo. Pero mas malaki bayad mo.
Ibang
Magkano ba isang
candy.
token? 5, 10, tapos candy mo piso.
Kamot ka talaga doon. ROI talaga. So, syempre yan, childhood memories, yan na nag-shape sa atin bilang gamers or doon tayo napasok sa, I would quote-unquote, sa tech for our time. So, syempre, if may pipiliin ka na tech na dadalhin mo for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Di ba high-tech na kabaong?
For the rest of your life, buhat mo yun?
Ay, akala ko pag namatay ka, high-tech na kabaong. For the rest of life, ibig sabihin buhay ka pa pala.
Buhay ka pa.
Okay, buhay ka
End
pa
of
pala.
your life. Sige,
Ay,
mamaya.
kala ko yung end of your life. Kasi di ba bang mga pharaoh,
Oh,
pag
wala ka
namamatay, may dala silang
May digital, ka na.
dala silang gold, dala nila yung staff nila or yung dagger nila. So kala ko naman, pag namatay ka, dadalhin mo yung tablet mo, nakaganyan ka sa tablet mo. Siguro
Laptop yan.
laptop. Tama ka, laptop.
Dadali talaga.
Alam mo bakit? Kasi nakakapagtrabaho ako kahit nasa mismong... Kabaong? Hindi. Nasa nasa bus. Nakapag-work ako. Nasa coffee shop. Nakakapag-work ako. Parang dala-dala ko na yung trabaho ko using my laptop. So, hindi pwedeng mawala sa akin yung laptop ko. As in. So, basta dala ko yung laptop ko, tiwala ako sa sarili ko na kahit ipatawag ako or kahit may call or merong discovery call or merong i-edit na kailangan ng madalian, basta hawak ko siya or nasa bag ko siya, uhugutin ko lang, gagawin ko siya. Katulad ngayon, bago tayo mag-podcast, may ginawa muna ako.
Productive na productive. Ikaw rin, may ginawa ka bago podcast, di ba?
Matulog. Kasi napuyat kami with school and work eh. Kaya nag-save up muna ng energy para very energetic. Di ba pwede na nag-usap-usap tayo tapos ganito ako. Di ba?
So ikaw, anong dadalhin mong for the rest of your life?
Siguro yung cellphone ko.
Nakakala ko laptop ka din.
Hindi, cellphone.
Cellphone.
Kasi apart from laptop, ang hirap naman kasi dalhin ng laptop kung saan-saan, di ba? Yung cellphone, kasi with how technology is progressing, you can almost do everything with your phone na, di ba? Like you can do quick edits, like through CapCut. Kung gusto mo edit photos mo, nandiyan yung PixArt. Tapos nandito na yung form of communication mo with your friends and families. So kung may dadalhin talaga ako, it's a phone. Diba?
Shoutout kay CapCut tsaka kay PixArt. Baka naman.
Baka naman. Ito po.
Subscription daw. Anyway, so ano ba yung dadalhin natin for the rest of your life? So ikaw kasi parang nakafocus ka sa productivity. Ikaw, productivity. Mga workaholic.
Yeah.
Hanggang sa huli.
Parang nalulungkot kasi ako pag yung alam mo yun, may stagnant moment ka na wala kang ginagawa. You feel unproductive.
Mm.
And hindi kaya ng utak ko na hindi mag-work or walang gawin na something productive. For example, nakaupo lang akong ganito. Tapos wala akong ginagawa. Parang ako nakukonsensya. Alam mo yun,
This is wrong.
meron kang 24 hours, sinasayang mo yung oras mo sa mga walang kwenta-kwentang bagay. So, pero minsan ginagaslight ko yung sarili ko. Oh, tama-tama lang manood ka lang ng movie. Kasi ang tagal man nagtatrabaho, ngayon ka pala makakapanood ng movie. So, minsan nakanood tayo ng Disney Plus dyan. Baka naman Disney Plus.
Any question?
De, joke lang. I mean, kasi masyadong workaholic yung mga sagot nyo. And at the same time, nagigets ko. Sa tingin mo ba normal sa lalaki yung I have to be productive, I have to be able to... Parang hindi ka mapipirme na hindi ka productive. Or parang every minute counts. Ewan ko kung agree to sa lahat. Gamer tayo, alam natin yung pag nag-grind ka for a game, parang kunyari, nagpapa-level up, etc. Yung alam mong, in 1 hour, dapat 10% na experience. Or dapat naka-level up na ako ganito. Or naka-level ganito na ako. May progression. In the same way, parang sa work or sa career, alam mong every hour that you put into the work, nagpo-progress ka. So is that parang part of the logic? Bakit parang you have to have this tech beside you all the time or you think about work? Or hindi naman in general?
I do think na parang, di ba, as men, matagal tayong mag-mature. And, di ba? So, for us guys,
Baka ikaw lang yun
grabe naman
Tama
yun.
mo kami.
Pero, it's something that I feel right now. It's the mentality of being a provider. Na as you go on, ang dami mong iniisip about your future, not only for your family, but your future family. So, kaya, as we progress, talagang, di tayo mapakali kung wala tayong ginagawa. Kasi we're always thinking about our future and just making the most of it. Kasi, ang daming burden talaga pagdating sa kalalakihan. Kasi, in today's society, if you don't bring any value as a man, parang wala ka, itataboy ka.
If you don't bring value as a man, itataboy ka.
Parang you're nothing. No?
Parang pag wala kang ambag,
Parang ganun na nga. Parang society has shaped men na they need to have some type of value to bring to the table.
sige. To put it into context, no, I think I have to ask the age question. Because I don't think every single man or guy, perhaps, has a similar mindset at your age. Do you mind sharing how young or how old are you?
I'm currently 22 years old.
Okay. Shout outs for those at least na kakagraduate pa lang or nasa school or roughly the age of 20 to 25. May iba nagsa-struggle na to find their worth or value, lalo na sa fast-changing world of tech. Ikaw, nasa tech ka ngayon. And at the same time, ang tina-target mo na is being productive or being a provider. For some, mag-flex na, yaman. Sorry. Pero generally, the point is, hindi lahat given an opportunity to just enjoy their childhood. And I think it also comes with the price. If ever the previous generation did a great job doing it, or ikaw yung magki-carry over ng burden, or at the same time, you made things happen as young as you are. Kasi meron tayong nag-reflex ng mga creators or businessmen, CEOs, below 25. Agree? And sabihin na natin, mukha lang sila nag-reflex, pero they did the work. Way younger. And they achieved success in terms of financial, during those earlier years. So, would you say na tech played a role in terms of opportunities and kung paano na-shape yung level of responsibility ng men towards the grind para mas maging productive? Since you mentioned about being a provider.
I think it's not only tech that gave us an opportunity because there's so many ways now that you can basically earn through various venture. I don't know, ikaw ba, tingin mo, Clark, when it comes to, multiple, income streams, do you think na parang sa tech lang ba talaga umiikot yung ganung bagay or there's
Ah,
more to it?
actually, hindi naman parang sinabi natin na porke meron ng tech ngayon is mas dumami. It's more of mas marami ka lang nakikita ngayon kasi mas visible na. Hindi katulad noon na kailangan mo mag-apply, kailangan mo mag-send ng resume. Hindi lang mag-send kailangan mo mismo
Physical
pumunta
appearance.
ron. At hindi lang basta bibigay mo. Kailangan nun,
Premium proper.
oo, plus, nakapila ka. Ang dami. Ngayon, ang dami ng platform. Meron dyan OLJ, meron dyan freelancer.com. Now, which is, napakadali na lang. Maggagawa ka na lang ng portfolio, maggagawa ka na lang ng proposal mo, sisend mo na lang. Then, pag nagustuhan ka ng client, magkuusap kayo. Then, ayan na, makakapag-usap na kayo about sa pricing mo, sa sweldo mo, sa mga task mo, na which is hindi nagagawa noon, na which is mas madali na ngayon.
Tama.
Mas madali na ngayon kung mag-grind ka pa rin. Pero kung tutunga ka lang, kahit na sa harap mo na yung opportunity, hindi mo makikita as opportunity yun eh. Kasi mangyayari is, okay, baka may susunod pa. What if yun na yun hinihintay mo opportunity?
Mm.
Hindi mo lang siya nakita or nineglect mo lang kasi you thought meron pang mga other opportunity na darating. So, again, technology amplify lang kung paano ka makakapaghanap ng work or paano ka makakapag-provide sa family or sa sarili mo.
Ang daming na-mention ni Clark pagdating sa employment tsaka yung change of technology, no? I'd assume hindi mo naabutan yung part na kailangan pumila. Yung tipo sa dyaryo ka pa maghahanap ng
Hindi.
trabaho.
No.
Sa
But I
Yellow
see
Pages.
but I see it through my cousins and sa mga kapatid ko. Pero me personally, hindi ko siya naabutan. Kasi,
Paano na
as-
sa'yo? Na-curious ako. Paano ka na? Kasi ako naabutan ko yung that time na kailan may resume ka, biodata. Ano ba yung may biodata
Meron ka
pa
pang
lang?
medical check-up.
Oo,
may
medical.
drugs ka pa, lahat.
Plus, meron ka pang reference. Tapos kakausapin mo yung friends mo, baka tawabag si sabihin mo, ganito. Magaling ako sa ganyan, di ba?
Oo.
Reference. Sa'yo, paano ka nag-a-apply or paano ka humahanap ng work
Mm.
sa generation mo right
I'm not
now?
gonna say na parang nepo baby ako, but I am privileged enough na parang I know people na parang pinapakilala ko na, ito si Carl, he's great at graphics, he's great,
Word of mouth.
he's a coding, like word of mouth. Not everyone has that privilege of having someone already paving the way, tas parang sinasama ka na lang. And I wouldn't take that for granted because something like that can easily be taken away from you if umiral yung ignorance mo na parang, ito, may ganito ako, may ganyan ako. As much as possible, if you have something like that, be thankful and be humble because as my mom always tell me na kung ano yung meron ka, hiram lang yun sa'yo ni Lord. Parang binigay niya sa'yo when it comes to money, when it comes to influence, or the power that you hold. You always have to be careful with it because if you do I wouldn't say like bad things, but if you carried it without any responsibility,
Careless.
carelessness, mawawala sa iyo yan.
Ang ganda ng sinabi mo na the power you hold is temporary or ipahiram lang sa'yo.
Mm.
When you talk about temporary, meaning it's for a limited time only. If there's anything na binigay sa inyo that changed your life or paved the way, may it be tech, opportunity, or whatnot, ano kaya yun na hanggang ngayon you are thankful for? Clark or Carl?
Thankful. Ako kailangan kasi relationship talaga in terms of, hindi lang siya basta tech. It's more of a relationship with your employer, with your colleagues, and etc. And yung tech is more of, tinutulungan ka lang talaga na ma-amplify yung relationship mo with them. Then, kung sa tech naman, again, yung laptop ko na naman. Lahat lagi yata pag podcast ko, yung laptop ko na lang yung laptop
Para
ko na lang
nakikita ng
yung
audience.
mahal na mahal ko eh. So, hindi ko talaga kayang mawala yung laptop ko. Kasi yun yung mode of communication ko with you guys and with other colleagues and friends and yung mga company natin. Katulad ng Attention Live and Web3 AI.
Pupusta ako, yung password mo, I love my laptop 2025. Hindi, joke lang.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Love your laptop. Kidding aside, no? Go ahead, Carl.
With me naman, it's mentorship. I'm really lucky that, I have you guys. I have people way older than me that's like telling me on what should, mga dapat kong iwasan na gawin pagdating sa mundong ito as a man. And ayun nga, as I said before earlier, not everyone has that privilege on having that type of like mentorship or big brother figure na sinasabi sa'yo na ito yung dapat gawin. Kaya kids my age, sadly, some of them are losing their path in life when it comes to college, pababayaan nila yung mga grades nila, or they're losing some connections with their family kasi they're very isolated within themselves. So, I am lucky and hopefully, mga kaidaran ko ngayon na nakikinig, hopefully if you're lost right now, it's not a lost case because not everything, as I said, is there forever. Everything is temporarily when it comes, whether it's the power or the challenges in life. So kung nawawala ka man kasi sa landas ngayon, sabihin mo, walang tao dyan for you. Eventually naman, someone will pop up and give you the guidance that you need, as I am, because I am a troublemaker when I was like 15 or 16, like very, very troublemaker. Pero yun nga, because of mentorship, kahit papano, nag-mature naman ako. And because of that, I was able to land many opportunities for myself. And I get to meet a lot of wonderful people na I can extend my knowledge on and shaping myself to be a better man, basically.
Alam mo ba, yung sinabi mong mentorship, it's part of technology because it's knowledge transfer. Ano yan ginagawa kaya way back? How do you think? Top of mind.
I think life coaching.
Ang una niyan, syempre, verbal lang. Books. Hindi lahat nakakapagsulat. It evolved into books. It started with the technology of writing. Tapos eventually ngayon, digital na. Hindi mo na nga nahahawakan yung knowledge. Sometimes it's verbally told via AI. Sometimes it's watched. Sometimes you have to meet the people that become your mentors. Kaya nga for people lost, like na sinabi mo, it also starts with personal intention. No? Lalo na kung if you want to grow, if you want to expand as a person, you have to be aware na knowledge is transferred. Pero gusto mo ba ng knowledge na to? And at the same time, being open to accept this knowledge helps you along the way. So technology-wise yan, nakita nyo. Yung sinabi natin mga gadgets, kahit akala nyo laro, maybe during the time nang iniimbento yun, it was something na a revolutionary change. Kahit sabi nga, yung simpleng Game Boy. How yung predecessor niya, paano makakapaglaro here? Dati ang computers na, malalaki.
Laki sobra.
Malaki talaga. Isang classroom or more.
Oo.
Kaya pa paano naabutan kayo yung mga, may floppy disk pa?
Floppy disk. Yung floppy disk nga naabutan ko, yung gano'n na. Meron pa pala yung mas malaki, yung parang record player. And so forth. Pati yung sinabi mong tech na, ano yung sinabi mo kanina ng tech? Example mo? PSP. Imagine dati, console yan, kakabit mo sa TV. Tapos naging handheld na yung screen mo. With battery and hindi kailangan. Tapos nasa memory card na lang din. Hindi na lagi nasa UMD or sa bala. So imagine tech evolved. Data is now stored at the smallest gadgets. May SD card nga nun. Nagka-micro SD pa.
Oo nga. Dati yung, di ba, para lang for ilang gig, 1 gig ba yun? May nakita akong parang picture.
KB lang yun eh.
Parang isang cabinet na.
And ngayon, ang tindi na ng technology na sa glass nila ini-embed yung yung data na ganyan lang kakapal, ganyan karami, and ilang terabytes ang kasya. And ini-store nila yun for future use kasi matibay yung glass na yun.
Yes.
Crystal glass kasi siya na once, inisip kasi natin, once na magkaroon ng catastrophic thing here in the earth, kailangan meron something na nakastore. Nandun yung whole database ng knowledge ng tao. Which is nandun sa crystal glass na yun. And parang kung isipin mo, o nga no, kasi dati nalaman lang naman natin ang history ng human dahil sa mga clay tablets, di ba?
Baka nasa pader eh.
Oo, di ba?
Pero
Clay
ano,
tablets.
siguro we have learned from our mistake from the one event, yung nasunog yung Library of Alexandria.
Hindi ko na alam yun, pero share. Okay.
Well, ano, so basically, the Library of Alexandria, it's where human history is, and there's one bad moment in history where nasunog yung library na yun. So, just imagine the amount of human knowledge na nawala sa atin kasi nasunog yun. So, maybe, ngayon, sa sinabi ni Clark, we have learned from that mistake and we're trying to preserve the human knowledge that basically we have compiled. So that, let's say may mangyari man, tamaan man tayo ng malaking asteroid ulit, di ba? At least, meron pa ring proof of na nandito tayo sa Earth.
Speaking of Earth, alam mo bang may pinadala sa outer space yung Voyager 1 and 2? Meron yung disc na gold na nandun yung
pinakinggan ko yun
ng human and yung mga human waves, human sounds, kung ano tayo, saan yung location natin sa galaxy, nandun lahat. Minsan natatakot sila, baka makita ng aliens, malocate tayo. Pero kung isipin natin, ang layo niya na. Pero totoo lang, hindi pa siya nakalabas na siya na outer solar system, nasa labas na siya. Pero hindi pa siya nakakalabas ng ating
Milky Way.
bubble.
Galaxy.
Matagal pa, nasa bubble pa lang siya nung ating cluster. Cluster ang tawag ron, which is yung group of stars. So, ang vast ng universe na isipin mo, para lang tayong
Tuldok.
alikabok. Hindi lang tuldok,
grain of
alikabok.
sand.
Hindi lang grain of sand, alikabok lang tayo as in. Ganun tayo.
And yeah, agree naman ako sa talaga pag-store ng data to have our history move forward. No? So maybe there are two things na naisip ko dito. Number one, yung tipong nagsisave ka ng file tapos namatay.
Parang
Nag-brand out. Nag-brand out, nahugot bigla.
Corrupted! Oh my God!
Lagi problema ni Prof.
Di ba? Yan yung isang smaller day-to-day example na SHEMS. That's how important to keep your data or your work, literally. Kasi hindi lang siya sa work eh. How about your family? How about your tradition, your culture, etc. And that's the purpose of our technology nowadays, to store this better and to improve the next generation. And the next thing is, for those who watch anime, I think maybe familiar kayo, Dr. Stone. Have you heard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you
Dr.
watched?
Stone.
Updated?
Tapos yun.
Okay, let's not
Tapos
spoil the
yun.
viewers, pero Dr. Stone is set in a world 3,700 years after everyone became petrified, naging bato.
Bato
And
sila.
how do you bring back civilization from there? Started with one man and then forward. So imagine yung level of knowledge. He stored countless formulas on making certain evolution of man happen in terms of yung advancement ng medicine, advancement of making fire, how to make weapons, tools. Nag-start siya sa wood and then eventually industrial revolution, etc. until gunpowder. Ganyan.
Nuclear bombs.
And so forth. So imagine yung feeling na how do we preserve our humanity when the entire technological industry right now shuts down. The internet shut down or technically a big catastrophe happened. How does humanity move forward if we indeed survive after?
Lagot.
Ipis lang.
Naku, lagot yan. Mamaya, yung mga ChatGPT, reliant people, tapos na walang internet, no? Hindi mo na kaya yung magsulat. Hindi mo na kaya
Ito,
gawa
huwag na tayo
report.
lumayo. Nandito, may mga earthquakes recently, may mga floods. Let's just say, mawalan ka na internet because of those calamities. How will your next day start and end? Walang cellphone signal. Anong purpose ng cellphone mo?
It's just a break, di ba?
Break lang literal yan. Pero for those who know the parts of the phone, meron dyan certain things that will help you survive. Sa Dr. Stone, may mga parts dyan that will help
ginagamit
you
sila.
use to make day-to-day living happen. And yung concept nun, syempre, it's a matter of sino ba yung mga taong gustong pag-aralan to. And at the same time, sino yung mga taong just gusto lang na pinapanood or ginagamit lang to. So if ever you want to upgrade or downgrade your life, dito na ipapasok yung conversation. Anong tech kaya yung nakita nyo na help move technology forward. So I'll be sharing some of these. Consider nyo kung upgrade ba to or downgrade sa mga samples. Okay? Kasi syempre, the purpose of humans is to, I would say, evolve. Agree? And tech helped it happen because it was from humans as well. So let's just try some hot takes. Mga siguro 3-4 na ano. Number 1, would you say AI is an upgrade or a downgrade?
Upgrade.
Anyone saying downgrade for whatever reason? No.
Wala.
How about dating apps?
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Sige nga.
Depende sa Bigla bumagsak, no? Depende.
How is it an upgrade? Kasi ito feeling ko mas bakit parang meron kang gusto sabihin hindi mo masabi, sir? Sige.
Well,
Kasi lahat naman ng technology is good. Depende sa intention, di ba? Pwede mo ma-amplify yan, gumawa ka ng masama. Gamit ka na, technology. And kung gusto mo ng mabuti, gamit ka ulit ng technology. Same thing with internet, kahit yung weapons, baril. Lahat yan may good and bad use cases. So, nasa tao yan kung anong paggagamitan nila. So, upgrade yan sa mga taong serious and medyo busy na gusto nila makahanap. And hopefully, makahanap sila ng partner na same ng gusto nila, di ba? What if hindi same yung makuha nila?
It's increasing your
wipe
chances.
flip. So,
Could be. Depende sa gumagamit.
Depende sa gumagamit.
Okay, dudes.
I think it's a mix of both na it's an upgrade and a downgrade. It's an upgrade because human interaction has never been easier with my personal experience. But there's also a downgrade because, there's a stigma nowadays on how, dating apps or social media has ruined the perception of romance. Like, kunyari, kasi madaming cheating, daming expectations, there's maybe lies, na parang through dating app, nagisinungaling sila kung sino sila just to basically show off, magkaroon ng appeal. Like, those type of stuff na parang binababa mo yung self-esteem mo.
I think that's one topic we can dive into next time. But go on.
Yeah, ayun nga. So, it's a mix of both. It's both an upgrade because it's accessible for everyone. Yeah, pero it's also a downgrade because it gives this false perception for everyone in the dating space.
Let's say it's an upgrade in terms of accessibility. It's a downgrade in terms of connections.
Yes.
In a way.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi may connections na rin na nagpo-form with these apps. Pero syempre, depende sa level of connection na hanap.
May fake connection din.
May fake persona.
May mga catfish din, di ba?
Parang kailangan dive in yung terms na yun. Hindi ako familiar.
Ano ba ang catfish? Alam ko isda yun eh. Masarap yun, di ba?
So yung catfish, di ba kunyari, may profile picture, ang ganda ng babae, yung mo like sexy ganon. Tapos pagkakita mo yung person, 30-year-old man pala. Or di joke lang, kahit hindi naman 30-year-old man.
So basically,
malayo sa itsura nila.
Basically, mukha siya talagang catfish. Yung may balbas kasi yun eh.
Uy, hiya naman kayo kay catfish. Wala siya ginawa mali.
Pero ganun, catfish is basically you lying about how you look. Malayo yung itsura mo sa social media sa in person.
Paano yung, pasok ba ang catfish sa sobrang kapal na filter? I'd rather not answer the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Pero I genuinely ask kasi syempre, this is about authenticity. Tech advanced us in terms of moving forward yung mga ganyang bagay, connections, etc. Pero in terms of authenticity, being human in general. Ngayon, because kaya mo maging, ano tawag dito? Ano yung term sa hindi ka makikilala online? Hindi ba incognito? Anonymous. So, being anonymous online has made people very irresponsible.
Yes.
And maraming kayang mang-scam, maraming kayang manakit ng damdamin ng iba. Hindi sila thoughtful about the words they say.
Bullying, cyberbullying.
So, this is a reminder for everyone. Tech might have advanced us men into better providers. But maybe let's take a look and step back on how it made us weaker as men in general. Yung tipong, kung lalaki ka, bakit yung tatago behind tapos kaya mo magmura, kaya mo manlait ng ibang tao.
Kaya mo mag-keyboard warrior,
Mahal.
cyberbully,
And nagtatago ka behind a fake photo,
fake persona.
fake persona. So, that's a topic for another day. But generally, I think it's one of the major disadvantages or a major downgrade for me na most people, wala silang konsensyang magpanggap na ibang tao and inflict harm upon others. So, maybe we can wrap up this discussion of tech, of how our grind, how as men literally paved the way kung paano yung tech helped us. And just to close it off, if there's one tech that truly helped you, ano kaya yun?
Ako alam nyo na sagot.
Laptop eh. Pero sa akin pa rin is mobile device. Kasi I have an old Android dati. And dun ako nag-aral nag-drawing and wala pa akong pencil nun or any pen tool. Ang gamit ko lang is my fingertip. Kasi I was really bored during quarantine.
But it gave you the inspiration and skills.
Yeah. Actually, it's just started out as boredom. Na parang bored na bored ako. So, naghanap ako ng pwedeng gawin. And yun pala, pwede ka pala mag-drawing sa cellphone mo kahit fingertip lang. And through that, curiosity, I was able to land on, many opportunities. And now I'm here with you guys. So, talagang, it just starts with curiosity.
Kung non-digital naman, sasabihin ko is pen or pencil. Kasi doon ako nag-start mag-drawing. Doon nag-start yung creativity ko. Kung non-digital so non-digital is yung mga...
Traditional.
Yung mga traditional, which is, kung wala nga akong pen nun, baka, actually, gumamit pa ako ng charcoal. As in charcoal. Totoong uling.
Uling talaga.
Uling talaga. Kasi,
Nakita ko yung mga passwords mo, grabe ganda.
so, dati kasi nagdo-drawing ako as in hand-drawn na tao, mukha ng tao, if alam niyo sa Titanic. So, I have few version of that using coffee, using pen, pencils, and yung iba ron, hiningi ng mga kakilala ko, ng teachers ko. So, yun yung nag-fave ng way ng creativity ko. So, pen talaga.
Ikaw, pen ako, fingertip.
Wala ka sa akin.
Tawag.
Di lang ginamit ko para mag-drawing.
Okay. So, siguro for me, in terms of tech, ang idadagdag ko na lang dito, for me, what truly changed me is social media. Pag digital. Pag non-digital, it's communications. Kasi dati, it's just limited to person, handwritten. So, right now, we are at a pace na yun, na-phase out na siya, na parang hindi na siya importante. Pero I want this podcast to end na communicating with a human being is a tech on its own. Because we never can have enough time to understand one person. Kasi parang hindi po, dami-dami tao sa mundo, naiintindihan mo ba lahat ng language nila? There's new ways to actually understand and translate language on the digital and the personal space. And imagine mo, kahit nagkakaintindihan kayo by language, hindi pa rin kayo, wala pa rin complete understanding. So I think the tech on its own, hopefully, mas ma-develop pa natin yung innate technology natin to relate to others. And syempre, dun, sabi mo nga, di ba? When people help you because of mentorship, and then for tech, kasi you relate to people because of your laptop. Diyan pumapasok yung ating mga value of human relations. Tech might be one of the biggest advancements, but relationships with other fellow human beings is definitely a tech on its own, in my own opinion, na we should be also studying how to relate.
Emotions din.
Emotions.
Okay.
And yes, so as we close off this, ang daming magiging topics from this one. If you actually enjoyed this episode of Pixels and Protocols,
Oo nga, dami ko naisip Parang nagkausap
Parang,
tayo. Gusto
parang
ko
this deserves
love.
another part 2.
mental health. Tapos yung language. Kasi syempre may mga translation. Ang dami natin pwede i-topic, no? Kayo ba guys, anong gusto nyong i-topic namin sa susunod na episode? So, request lang kayo. Pwede kayo mag-comment dyan, tapos itatakel natin yung susunod na episode ng Pixel and Protocol brought to you by
Web3
AI and Attention
On live.
So, yun guys. Bye-bye.
Paalam!
Paalam!